caught up in circles. Confusion is nothing new. Flashback, warm nights, almost left behind. Suitcases of memories. Time after, sometimes you picture me. I'm walking too far ahead. You're calling to me. I can't hear what you have said. Then you said, go slow, I fall behind. The second hand unwinds. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I will be waiting. Time after time. Ooh. After my picture fades and darkness has turned to gray.
Hey, everybody. I know we've only got the Hypest pre-show. I'm sorry. Sometimes just... welcome. It's the top of the hour. We're not starting. That's not what a comedy theater does. Starting it. So come on, guys. But this gives you a little bit of time to get yourself some snacks. Get something to drink. Get all comfy cozy. And share out the link with your friends and family not already in the stream, because the new Ha-Ha-rizons Island Comedy Tour 2021 will begin in about 2.5 minutes.
I will be waiting. Time after time. On under all day. Then you said, go slow, I fall behind. The second hand unwind. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I will be waiting. Time after time. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I will be waiting. Time after time. Time after time. Time after time.
Wake up, grab a brush and put on a little makeup. Hide the scars and fade away that shake-up.
Welcome to the virtual
Why'd you leave the
Stab
keys upon the
Comedy
table?
Theater. It's time for new Ha-Ha-rizons Island Comedy Tour 2021. And now I have to scroll back down again. Hold on. There it is. Please welcome to your screen your host, and I didn't check the pronunciation with him, your host, Martin Marufo.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Thanks for coming out, you
Oh.
guys. Hello, hello. It's good to be here. And yes, Jesse, you absolutely nailed my name. My name is Martin Marufo. I got to tell you something. It doesn't feel comfortable to have this many comics in my house, even virtually. This is really creepy. It's good. It's great to be here. A little bit about myself before we get started. First of all, thanks for coming out once again. A little bit about myself. My name is Martin, but friends call me Marty. So nobody calls me Marty. I am. Thanks for the. Well, he didn't get it. All right. Well, that's okay. I am half Mexican, half white, and growing up, I got to know the Mexican half of my family much better than the white half. Like because the Mexican half of the family would throw a party every other day for any little reason. Like the white side of the family, it's like, we'll see you Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, go fuck yourself. But the Mexican half of the family, it's like, hey man, your cousin Victor has an impacted wisdom tooth. Come over, we're getting fucked up. Like, all right, let's do it. You get to the party, and cousin Victor's sitting in the corner, cotton still in his mouth, still sedated, with a beer in his hand because he is 12 years old and he is a man. That's my boy. Yeah, growing up, I grew up not speaking Spanish, and I grew up in an area where everybody spoke Spanish except for me. My father spoke fluent Spanish, never taught me, and all that meant was it was really easy for the other kids to talk shit about me right in front of my face. Like, it'll be just like, oh, there's my name again. Puto. What's a puto? Well, they're smiling, they're laughing. It's got to be good. I think I'll go home. I'll tell my dad. I'd run home. Dad, I'm a puto. You go, well, son, we finally agree on something. Yeah. I hope you guys are doing okay in all this this COVID madness. I hope we're at the tail end of it. I will say I've taken a lot of different steps toward. I've actually been pretty okay during this. I've taken a lot of steps to improve my life. I'm in a great relationship. I found a new job. It's a dream job. And, now that everything's okay, it's really given me a great opportunity to really learn that I'm the problem. Because I am still miserable. I live with my girlfriend, who's great. She actually played roller derby before COVID, and you can pretty much guess how that power dynamic worked out. Like, I know anytime I mouth off, I'm definitely going through a plate glass window. But on our third date, this is absolutely true. She showed up with a black eye. That's absolutely true. I asked her about it, and she just kind of looked off in the distance. She said, I asked her where she got it. She looked off in the distance. She said, bitches. And that was the end of the conversation. After that, I went right next door and I bought an engagement ring because I just want to feel safe at night again. It's been real weird that the name Karen is becoming like a racial slur. I normally wouldn't give a crap about that, but my sister's name is actually Karen, so that makes it great. I don't know if you've ever had a sibling with a racial slur, but it is the absolute best shit-talking fodder. It has been so much fun for me and my other brother, Beaner. I get mistaken for a lot of stuff actually because I look vaguely ethnic. Actually in person, I know I look adorably white here, but in person, I look very ethnic and vaguely so. So people tend to like guess wrong what I am. Like I was at a baseball game one time, and this guy sitting behind me taps me on the shoulder. He says, "Excuse me, sir, are you Persian?" And I said, no, I'm not Persian, but, I see where you're coming from, my face, my facial features and all that. He goes, no, not that. He says it's based on the way your hair curls up the top of your shirt and up under your hat. Which, what do you even say to that? Except thank you, racist Sherlock Holmes. That guy was wrong, but he got in my head. Like, I like anytime, thanks to him, anytime I fill out one of those surveys under ethnicity, I check other and I write in hairy back question mark. You fucking figure it out. I'm just gonna keep looking gross. Yeah. I had some health issues over the last year or so that were not COVID related, believe it or not. I had an ulcer, had to cut some stuff out of my diet. The big one for me was red meat. That was really hard because you ever go to a steakhouse with your friends and order chicken? I ordered chicken at a steakhouse. It's a lot like going to a whorehouse to read. It's just not remotely what that place was built for. Yeah. Let me wrap up here. Let me leave you guys with this. The other thing that I had to cut out of my diet was alcohol. And that was really tough because, oh God, I forgot the joke. How about the other thing? There's one other thing I had to cut out of my diet. And that was coffee. That was really tough because now I drink tea. Tea's disgusting. It's dirty leaf water. It belongs in the gutter.
Oh.
But I'll give you one thing about tea though. When you drink tea, you just naturally feel a little more sophisticated, you know, like even down to that nice relaxing sound, that nice little it's like, ooh, my tea is ready. NPR will have to wait. But when I drank coffee, I used a Keurig, and you don't get that nice relaxing sound with the Keurig. This is the sound you use when you're using a Keurig for your coffee. It's horrifying. It's like Donald Duck is taking a diarrhea dump right inside your coffee cup. Just and that's been it for me, guys. Thank you very much. I hope I've been all right. Without any further ado, guys, let's get this comedy show rolling. Your next comedian comes all the way from somewhere I don't know. He's a very funny guy, performs all over the place. Please give it up for Mr. Mark Berg, everybody.
Woo! Oh my God! All over the place during COVID. I am prime suspect for just spreading COVID across the states. Just like, I'm here to do a comedy show. They're like, we don't want it. I'm like, I'm here to do it. I just remembered I had that reaction, so I had to use it. Hey everybody, what's up? Thanks for coming to the basement comedy tour. Fucking love doing this shit. This is great. I don't know. It's been forever since I've done comedy. Why am I saying the thing out loud that you're not supposed to? I don't remember how this joke begins now that I'm just streaming my brain straight to my mouth. No filter, guys. It's like Kurt Vonnegut up here just spitting truths. I kind of look like a girl. I don't weigh a lot. You can't tell here, but in real life, I look like if like a sophomore high school girl had grown a mustache and goatee, and like, wow, they're trying pretty hard. Reactions, and it's I'm fine with it. I don't care. But my brother likes to be weird about it. And the other day we were having lunch, and he asked me, Mark, are you ever gonna grow into a man's body? Like, what the fuck kind of question is that? My brother's known me for 28 years now. He knows that I have not grown since my bar mitzvah. Okay, everybody who can see me in Zoom is looking at me like, I don't give a shit if that guy was bar mitzvah. There's no man in that boy. It doesn't exist. And just, what a shitty thing to ask anybody, because we all have some sort of issue with our body image from time to time. Like, little guys, we just want to be bigger. Bigger guys want to be smaller. Muscly dudes want a bigger dick. We've all got our thing, so we should just leave each other alone. What else is there to tell? I have depression, like any good comedian. Not to brag or anything, mental issues. And it's weird because I didn't think that I had depression my whole life. And then I went to see a therapist, and she made me realize that I've had depression since I was a kid and didn't realize it. And I went, holy shit. I remember this time when I was 4 years old, and I was buying a Super Nintendo for my birthday with my dad. And my dad looked down at me, and he said, aren't you excited to get a Super Nintendo? And I looked back up at my father and I said, you know, sometimes I wonder what life would be like if I were dead. He looked at me, he was like, I will put this shit back and we will get you therapy. And I was like, no. Super Nintendo's way better. Way better than therapy. Lasts forever. Therapy's fun. If you've never done therapy, surprise, surprise, it's real good for you. It helps your brain. And I really like my therapist. She's great. The first time that we met, she asked me if I felt that I was a danger to myself or others. And all I could think is, who the fuck answers that truthfully? Who was like, I was legitimately ready to stab your secretary on the way in for no good reason. I mean, hopefully somebody with that kind of problem isn't doing that, but they might need, I don't know. Where's this going? Story time. Then we were going through and she was like, what do you think is like the most dangerous thing you do to hurt yourself? And I had to sit there and think about it for a second. And I was like, you know what? Sometimes I like to lay in the bathtub and drink whiskey. And she goes, oh, that's not such a big deal. I like to take baths and drink bottles of wine. And I said, let me reiterate. I like to lay in the bath with no fucking water and drink a bottle of whiskey. She went fully clothed. I was like, sometimes a couple blankets in there too. I just want to feel warm again. Want to feel warm. Let's stretch it out. We got room to walk around. Hey, what's up, everybody? How's your night going? Glad y'all could make it. Just dusting off the cobwebs is what I'm doing here, everybody. Wearing a cute little sailor hat while I do it. What else has been going on? It's been a year since we've been in quarantine. I don't know why this is a segue, but I became a vegetarian 6 months ago.
Oh yeah, dude.
Thank you. You know, the hardest part about becoming a vegetarian during quarantine is having no one around to fucking push it in their face all the fucking time. Because I have that thing now where I was like, I am better than you. I have decided to do a thing, and now everybody asks me about it. It's wonderful. It's not wonderful. Don't tell anybody. That's the thing I've learned. Do not tell. If you just don't tell anybody and don't make it weird, because it's not a. Let's do another joke. One of the things I actually miss the most about this is weird. I miss most about eating meat is it's like a guilty pleasure of boiled hot dogs. It's like the best part about boiled hot dogs is getting to drink that hot dog broth afterwards.
Yes.
Hey, that's a delicacy in some countries. It's called hot dog broth, and it is great at repelling people from your general vicinity is what it does, really. What else can we do here? What other jokes do I kind of remember? Let's do this. I quit my job like 2 years ago. Been riding the unemployment train since, in school.
Fuck
whoop,
yeah.
whoop, right? Not to brag or anything, but school is pretty fun compared to a job. And when I quit, it was really weird because I'd been working in my field for 9 years, and I was like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? And finally, you know, I was like, you know, I've had it, and I decided to go in, and I told my boss, you know what? I'm over this. I quit, but not now. In 2 weeks. Because I want you guys to keep paying me while I just dick around on the computer and Google all the things I've ever wanted to know. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. I just quit. You got to pay me while I hang around and look up the most fascinating things that anybody has ever wondered, like, how much horsepower does a horse have? It's more than one!
Whoa.
You guys know that a horse can generate up to 16.4 horsepower. What the fuck? Which just begs the question, why do we call it a horsepower? And then you find out a horsepower is a measurement of moving 30,000 foot-pounds per minute. And then you go, well, what's a foot-pound? And at that point, you're at work, you've already turned into 2 weeks' notice, turn off the safe search and really get into the internet at that point. Because when you look up foot-pound on, like, the dark web, you find out some shit that is just real neat and something that HR doesn't approve of you looking at during regular office hours. They said after hours, whatever. But not then. All right, we're going to do one more because I remember this joke. And it's...
Nice.
Remembering jokes is great. So I there was a girl that I was dating in high school, and we lost touch for like 8 or 9 years, and then she randomly hit me up on Facebook and said, "Hey, I just moved back to town. Would you like to get together and get some coffee?" And I was like, "Nice, very nice," because she looked me up out of the blue. I was like, "This is probably like maybe something's gonna happen." And we got together. We were getting coffee. Everything's going great. And then she said, "Okay, I've got to tell you, there's a reason I called you here." I was like, "Okay, all right. I like where this is going." And she said, "So last week I slept with your brother."
Oh,
Not nice. Not nice at all. And I got up and I said, "Well, goodbye." And she said, "Where are you going?" I said, "You just made my family tree touch in places it is not supposed to. I am getting far away from here as possible." And she said, "There's more to tell you." I was like, "Why would you want to tell me more?" And before I could take a step, she said, "You're so much better than your brother."
oh.
And I was like, "Very nice. Thanks for that. This is going to make family reunions really weird. I'm going to hold that over his head forever." All right, guys. My name is Mark Berg. Thanks for listening to me ramble and stuff. It's been a great honor. Give it up for host Martin. Woo!
Give it up for Mark, everybody. Let him hear it one more time.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Correct.
Mark was kind enough to let us know he was getting high before the show. I think he smoked a little too much because my house actually smells like weed right now. I don't know how he did that. That was awful. All right, your next comedian performs all over the place. Please give it up for Mr. Kevin Scott Brown, everybody. Let him hear it.
Woo, yeah. Thanks so
Yeah.
much. Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm Kevin. First off, before we begin, like always, this whole entire comic set is sponsored by Fandango Now, the app you can get anywhere you can download apps. It's great for movies. They don't pay me, but I love saying it. And also, while we're on the subject, let's just get this out of the way. I know what I look like. I get it. I look like a kind of guy that, I look like an Animal Crossing character. I like to fish. I like to net butterflies. I like to go to the store. I also like to stop playing the game for months and months on end and then pick it up and feel sad because everyone hates me. Has anybody else had that kind of experience where you pick up the game and everyone on the island hates you?
Yeah.
It's great. It's like my family. Speaking of family, my dad is dead to me. He's dead to me. It's interesting. He moved to Arizona, and I said, "Well, I'm never going there. I'm never seeing you." You're saying, "Why, Kevin? Why wouldn't you see your dad in Arizona?" 2 reasons. 1, it's hot. I don't like hot. Way too hot. And 2, scorpions. I don't like scorpions. And if you live in an area where scorpions are, I am not living there. My dad told me one time on the phone, because I would not visit him. He told me, "Yeah, you just take a black light, you can find them all at night climbing the walls."
Oh, no.
And I was like, "I think you live on top of a scorpion mountain. I don't think you bought a safe house." That's my dad. We don't talk much. So my computer broke and I lost all my information. So I'm just writing stuff down and saying what I remember. I got a text from my mom this morning at 5:30 in the morning. Very important. She was looking up laptops and telling me about them. She was saying I could get one on the, what's it called? The Home Shopping Network for $546.95. I could get $40 off if I signed up for a credit card, and they let me do 5 easy payments as well. And then she also wrote 8 gigs of RAM. It's a separate part of the text. And I was like, well, at least she's not dead. I was worried that she was texting me that she was dead. Because I just woke up for work. A lot of people are like not happy with gentrification. Like it's coming in, it's ruining the businesses, it's destroying lives. I'm more worried about Jennification, where everyone I know, her name is now Jennifer. And babies are being born named Jennifer. I don't know. I don't like that name. So something I also been doing on my spare time is I want to bring back vaudeville acts, but make them for millennials. So if you will, please don't mind me. I'm going to do my rendition of Who's on First, but for millennials. Hey, bro, what's going on? Not much, bro. What is up with you? Hey, I have this song stuck in my head. It's like, da da da, my own were said to me. It's like, oh yeah, I know that song. Yeah, do you know who it's by? Yeah, it's lit. Could you just tell me the name of the band? That's what I want to know. I'm telling you, it's lit. I'm very excited to hear the name of this band, but please, just tell me what it is. Bro, I'm telling you, the band's name is lit. Oh, I get it. You don't know, so you're not going to tell me. And that's it. I was going to write more with lit and their amazing song category, but there's not many songs after that. I think someone mentioned earlier about not drinking. I also have not been drinking. I have not been drinking for, God, has it been 8.5 years now?
Boo.
Boo, yeah. Boo. Fucking self-control, am I right? It was interesting because like the first year is always the hardest because you're just trying to like figure out how to deal with social events, go to bars and not drink. And then after a year, you're like, well, how do I celebrate? Do I get a bottle of wine and just enjoy? Do I get a cupcake? That's how that is. Wow. And then I work a lot, and I work on the streets delivering mail. And one of my favorite parts is that the pandemic's over, everybody. I don't know if you know this. The pandemic's done. Yard sales are back. They're en masse. I saw at least 5 today as I was walking around. And I love yard sales because nothing says I have too many things than putting everything on your yard and then yelling, everything must go. It's very much the home discount era. And I took a poll recently where like, where do you get your news? And I looked at the answers like Twitter, comedy networks. I was like, I don't get my news anymore. My news gets me. It finds me. It puts a notification on my phone real quick every day about news. In fact, if news could just leave me alone for a little bit, I would really appreciate it. Speaking of news, because that's a segue, my favorite story in history, because I'm a historian, is how George Washington died. And if you look it up, he died of a sore throat. He died of a sore throat. In actuality, what he died of, and this is true, he got a cold, he got sick. They flew in the best doctors from all over the colonial United States by buggy. And they all looked at him and they said, you know what this guy needs? A good old feet cutting. And they cut his feet, drained him of blood. That's what they did. I don't know what you want from me. Like, they didn't have medicine. They're like, he's sick. He got too much blood. The dude was tall. The dude was like 6 foot. So they drained him of blood, came back the next day. Apparently he wasn't better. Let's cut those feet again. They took 2 liters out of him. And while on Wikipedia it says throat soreness, it was really probably the lack of blood that really killed him. Too bad. He'd be alive today if it wasn't for that. And let's see. Okay. Lastly, I'm going to leave you with some impressions real quick. I've been working on these all morning. First up is Willy Wonka if the chocolate factory made Four Locos instead. And you'll see if you follow me in a world of magic. Who the fuck are you looking at? Who the fuck are you looking at? Okay. Willy Wonka. Next up, Mickey Mouse after everyone left his house for a party. Okay, guys. Oh, bye. See ya. Yeah, no, it's nice meeting you. Shuts the door. Oh boy, what a bunch of cocksuckers! I swear to fucking Christ. Who's this fucking hanger on? Minnie! Give me my fucking slippers! I'm gonna have a cigarette. Swear to God. Okay, that's Mickey Mouse at Home. and finally, this is my favorite. This is if the Macho Man was from Minnesota. Oh yeah! Don't you know?
Don't you know? God damn it.
And thank you so much. I forgot to put a timer on.
You're good.
Yay! Give it up for Kevin, everybody. One more time for him. Oh man, we've had a great show so far. I'm going to move things right along. Your next comedian has done a wonderful job of simulating the real comedy club atmosphere because he's been sitting up front and sitting on his phone. So please, give it up for the very, very funny Ruben Escobedo, everybody.
Yay! Give it up for me. Give it up for finally having a Hispanic host who can say my name right. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, guys. I'm going to walk around and do that when I'm normally on stage. I'm just going to walk around here. That rips. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I think it's cool that all the comics before me talked about how they're super sober and they haven't had drinks in years. I am currently fucking drunk, so hell yeah. What a cool switch over to me. Guys, I do want to tell you that during the last set I was texting my mom, and she asked how the show I did before this went, and I said, it's good. They paid me in beer and a special stein, and my mother is the sweetest person in the world. She said, are you a little extra happy? Because my mom is afraid to ask me if I'm drunk. And I said, no, Mom, I'm severely depressed. Also, I am drunk. So it's a cool thing to be here. I know that I'm an Animal Crossing avatar, so you can't tell what I really look like, but I will give you a hint. It's exactly fucking this. I look exactly like an Animal Crossing avatar. I am not any different than how this guy looks. I do know that I've gained weight recently, and if you're an adult man with a mustache, you know that you've gained weight when people change the Mario Brothers character that you look like when they say who you look like. All through my young adult life, I was Luigi. And then at about 25, people started to say Mario. And I was like, maybe I should change that. And now 6 years later, they are saying Wario, just unabashedly. People are just walking up to me and going, you kind of look like Wario. And which is fair. You know, I do get that. I do have my own version of WarioWare. It's where I jerk off and cry for 60 minutes, 60 seconds at a time. What a cool thing. I tried to walk around and it made me uncomfortable because, like I said, fucking drunk. Guys, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's coming and thank you to all the Twitch audience. I'm looking at it. It says fucking got him. I'll take that as a fuck you, Mom. Perfect. Guys, I have picked up a new hobby during quarantine. Has anyone else picked up any fun hobbies? Even drop it in the Twitch chat if you've picked up a fun hobby. I know a lot of people are making bread. A lot of people are being active or going on walks. I picked up this fun, cool new hobby. Do you guys know what cyberbullying is? Cyberbullying normally is when I'm playing Fortnite and a 12-year-old calls me a bunch of slurs that I don't feel comfortable to repeat. But what I use it for, this is related. Did you guys know that O.J. Simpson has a Twitter? If you don't know who O.J. Simpson is, that's fine. I'll give you a hint. O.J. Simpson has a long and storied career of stabbing his wife to death. Yeah, he stabbed his wife to death. He was also in movies and like played football or whatever, I guess. But he stabbed his wife to death, and it was real cool in the 90s. It is the top three deaths I remember in the 90s. Number one was Kurt Cobain. I don't even have a joke about that. I just remember Kurt Cobain being dead and me going, bummer. The guy Weird Al parodied? What a bummer. The second one I remember was Princess Diana. And I remember my mom being like, hey, Princess Diana died in a car crash. And my 5-year-old reaction was to go, damn, we still got princesses? Not anymore, you guys. Not anymore. She died in a car crash. No, but O.J. Simpson, number 3, I guess, celebrity death, kind of related, I remember. And what's wild about O.J. Simpson is that more people told him to get a Twitter than to not stab his wife to death. What a cool connection to be like, hey, social media. Let me see if I have a good social media. We love it. Stabbing your wife to death, not so great. That's honestly probably better than the other one, but whatever. You know what I mean. This is him saying no, don't do it. Yeah, stabbing your wife to death, not great. The other day, O.J. Simpson tweeted out, getting your vaccine is important. And he tweeted a video of him getting his vaccine. And I do agree with that. I do agree with getting your vaccine being important. It is important to get vaccinated. Oh, my cat is screaming at me. This is good. I hope we can hear that. It's 30 minutes till dinner time, and she's like, time to scream at Papa. Let's deviate from the O.J. Simpson bit. This will be good. Real quick, this cat's name was previously technically a racial slur, and now I've named it Fortnite. So we're all good. It's still technically offensive, but in different ways. So O.J. Simpson, he tweeted out, getting your vaccine is important, and I was like, well, he's right, so I think I'll let him know. So I hit reply, and I was like, you're right, O.J. Getting your vaccine is important. But also, what's it like to be on the receiving end of a stab this time? The guy's a fucking murderer. 2 things. That is under 240 characters. And second thing, he did not block me. I know that blocking me is the worst thing O.J. Simpson can do. Because we know he can't get away if I get stabbed to death. If I get stabbed to death, we know who did it. We know he's not good at getting away. No, let's talk more about murder, but a different murder. Let's talk about Princess Diana. You guys, Princess Diana, like I said, she died in the mid-90s, which I think is cool. I mean, I don't think it's cool, but, the 90s was kind of fun. We got that song about that. Yes, I know you're screaming and I know you want dinner. I'm sorry. We got that song about what if God was one of us. That's kind of fun. That's what I think is the coolest thing to come out about the 90s. No, but I don't keep up with the news. I don't know if you guys watch the news a lot. I don't, because I like to be happy. My favorite thing about the news. Yes. Oh, now she's screaming directly into the mic. There's what this cat is doing. Thank you, Fortnite, you beautiful angel. This fucking cat made me lose my train of thought here. No, one of the coolest things. So I don't keep up with the news, but did you guys hear about this Prince Harry interview? He interviewed with him and his wife, and Oprah talked about being rich and famous. Like it was a problem. But one thing that people didn't seem to really talk about that kind of stood out to me is Oprah was like, hey dudes, what does your kid do anything wild? And I need to clarify, fucking flawless Oprah impression, by the way. And they were like, oh yeah, actually our kid does this really kind of cute thing, is that if you're coming and visiting with us and then you leave, our son stands at the doorway and says, drive safely, which is cute for a 2-year-old. It's cute for a 2-year-old to say, hey, drive safely. But it's fucking ominous when you remember that 2-year-old's grandma died in the most famous car accident of all time. And I know that timelines don't add up completely, but I think that 2-year-old killed his own grandmother in 1996, you guys. Because I don't think anyone else has any ideas at it who could have done it besides the paparazzi. But look, have you seen a picture of that 2-year-old? That kid is a fucking demon child. Guys, that has been my time. I now have 3 cats in this room who want dinner in 20 minutes. And I don't know if you understand this. Cats don't understand time. No matter how long I've tried to teach them it. Thank you so much. My name has been Ruben. You're all wonderful. I love you all. I love every one of you except for one. You know what you did. Thank you. Have a good night.
Give it up for Ruben one more time, everybody. I'm sorry.
Meow, meow, meow.
All right.
Meow.
All right, guys, we've reached the last comic of the evening. Our headliner travels all over the place doing comedy. Just apparently got back from Iraq. Didn't have time to get changed. Please give it up for Andrew Arofel, everybody.
Yo, that's not the type of person I am. I just want to say that right away. Someone's using my character. Okay. This is good. This is a good start. That's how you get people on your side right away. Just, oh man, I'm woke. What? Fuck. I don't know. This is a fun lineup. It seems like one person in particular in the lineup really, really wants to murder somebody. I get that vibe from that person, and I love it. I'm here for it. I love when the cat was yelling so much. I don't know if anybody else was waiting for Ruben to get so mad that he called his cat by his original name. I want to know. Text me what that name is because that's hilarious. Hope y'all feeling well. I did just get back from traveling. I was at my mom's place visiting her. And did you know that they make bleach cleaning wipes in the same packaging as wet wipes for your butt? Did you know that? And did you know that my mom puts both of those things next to each other in the bathroom? That's crazy. That's wild. Don't do that. I did make the mistake, and I used the bleach wipes on my butt, and it didn't hurt at all. But at one point, I was just like, why do I feel like a white lady from the 90s right now? This is interesting. This is new. I like it. But yeah, that's just my mom. She's real goofy like that. She's been having a good time in the pandemic just because she gets to stay, work from home and work on crafts. That's her thing right now. She's making masks for the whole family, and I'm into it, free masks. But she made one for me. That was the American flag mask, and I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Why did you make this one in particular? And she goes, oh, it's so when you wear it out, people won't be racist towards you. And I was like, okay, that's fine, but they can still see my eyes, so I don't know. Oh, if you can't tell by my Animal Crossing character, I am Asian. Oh my god. But it's good. It's good to be able to kind of travel again. We're still, the light at the end of the tunnel seems closer. Still wear your mask for sure. But I'm surprised that I don't even know our water. Does anybody know if water parks are open right now? Did we open those up yet?
No idea.
At 10%.
10%. I feel like water parks are always at 10% anyway. But I feel like a water park should have been like the first thing to be open for sure. Just because isn't water supposed to kill like anything it touches? We didn't even like try that as the vaccine. I would have put that in my arm. But I know when things open up officially, that's the first place I'm about to hit up for sure. Just because I don't know about everybody out there, but I've gained a little bit of weight in quarantine, and the water park's the only place I've ever really felt comfortable with my body, right? Because what is a water park but just like an Applebee's where everybody's shirts off, Like, that's just all people are doing are just in line eating chicken strips, like that's all you're doing all day at a water park, just standing in line for rides next to dudes with multiple DUIs. That's all it is. Like I don't know who created the water park, but it's almost as if he just gathered up his friends and he was like, hey yo, what if we made like the DMV wet? You want to do that? Let's do that. They'll pay for that. I've been thinking about it. I think it's crazy that we can choose from like 8 different English accents for our GPS, but we made Stephen Hawking talk in the same computer voice until he died. That seems rude. I feel like there should have been some crossover in the technology. Just because the only times I ever used GPS was when I was in a car, which is also on wheels. You know, I feel like we could have gave it to him. But I do use Waze for my GPS, and not because it like gets me there quicker, but just because you can choose from a bunch of different voices. That's like their thing. It's like, we won't get you there, but we'll make it a good time on the way there. Because you get to they have so many voices. At one point they had Batman from the animated, Kevin Conroy from the animated series.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and he was doing it for a minute, and I did that one, and at the end, Batman goes, "You made it, great job." And yeah, I didn't know I needed that in my life. You know what I mean? That was so good. But they have this one voice on Waze that's like it's just the English voice, but her name's Sarah, and that's my girlfriend's name. So I was like, okay, I'll put it to Sarah, and that's like me. It's like my girlfriend's giving me directions, and I thought that'd be kind of cute. But all that ended up happening was every time my GPS fucked up, I just get mad at my girlfriend. And then like my uncle, he talks to his GPS like a lot. Like he talks to it, not like okay. He'll be like, he'll say like turn left, and he'll be like, I'm trying, and he'll start tearing up. I'm like, what the fuck is going on at home? And then I was like, oh, his wife's probably named Sarah too. It's Kevin was talking about gentrification, which is like a huge issue. I don't know if I know a way to solve it, but I think I know a way to make it like easier on the communities. I feel like if you want to gentrify a neighborhood, you must adopt the culture that's in that neighborhood and preserve it. So like as soon as you sign the lease, you get jumped in by the local gang that occupies that neighborhood. Right? I feel if you that way you get your little brunch spot, but it's blood owned, you know? And in that joke, I used to say the brunch spot was a Crip spot, but they can't serve Bloody Marys there. So, oh my God. I'm sorry. I hate myself. But I feel like that's a good idea, you know? Like, you want to get the Whole Foods? Well, guess what? Young Karen is getting a quinceañera. You know what I mean? I feel like Karens need to just at a young age just experience a quinceañera, just because so they don't get upset when brown people are having fun. You know, they just don't. But that's what I've been trying to do. With everything that's been going on in these past few years, I've been just trying to be more aware of injustice in society. You know, be more woke, right? Because you have to. It's progress. Help out your communities as much as you can. Help out your friends' communities. Like, here's what I've done to help out my community. My girlfriend, she is white. I did that for the culture. Right? Just because we all saw it. We saw white women getting pretty wild, calling the cops on black and brown people for no reason. So it's like, okay, if I get one, then that's just me keeping one off the streets. You know what I'm saying? That's how I help out my community. Just when we go on walks in parks, she's got these little muzzles on her hands, so she can't use that phone. And then I just got to make sure every day she's not going around telling people she's a black lady. That's all I got to do. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe don't do that joke in front of Twitch, but or was it the point the whole time? Learn from it. I'll leave you with this, I guess. I've been doing better mentally. I was very stressed out at the beginning of quarantine just because early 2020 I quit my day job and I went comedy full time, and then and then later in the year I did not. So it was it was rough. Where I was having trouble sleeping, bad anxiety, and when my buddy heard this, he was like, "Look into getting a weighted blanket." So I looked into it. But did you know, for safety reasons, the heaviest blanket you can buy is actually only 25 pounds. But this is what I did and what you can do. You know, you could just like buy two, you know, no one really monitors what you're doing at home. You could do whatever you want. I did buy one. I bought one. And when you buy one, everybody's so excited to tell you it's like a hug. that puts you to sleep. And then I put it on, and it just felt like I was at the dentist about to get an X-ray. Like I didn't want to go to bed, but it did feel real safe from radiation, you know. But it didn't work, so I bought two, and one night I just put them both on, and I immediately fell asleep or I got choked out. Either way, I was gone for like 10, and that is what I paid for and what I wanted in the beginning. Y'all have been so much fun. Enjoy the rest of y'all evenings. Bye.
Yay! Yeah. Get it up for Andrew Rolfel, everybody. Woo! Thank you. Guys, that is our show. What a great time we've had today. I hope you guys have all had a fun time. We hopefully will be back. Andrew's got his garb back on. Okay. So hope you guys have a wonderful night. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon. Fuck's sakes. Bye.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. One more time. Martin, Mark, Kevin, Ruben, Andrew, thank you guys so much. That's been New Ha-Ha-rizons Island Comedy Tour 2021. We're not done for tonight. We're going to be doing, I want to label it as an experimental stream, just so in case everything goes wrong, that you've got that sort of in the back of your head. We're going to be doing the Tonight Play for the first time. It's Stephen Ferris's Tonight Play, where they recreate an episode of The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, this one from 1975, and we've never done it.
That's hilarious.
We've never done it on Twitch, and there's a lot of hand-drawn sets. I don't know. We're gonna see how this goes. I'm looking forward to it. So that is gonna be at 8 o'clock. Come on back and check that out. No matter how it goes, we're gonna call it a success. That's it for New Ha-Ha-rizons. Let's see where we can send the rest of our Twitch audience. There's so many people doing so many things out there. Do we have some friends? You know what? How about you check out the Austin Sketch Fest at Cold Town? Check that out. Send you guys to Cold Town TV in Austin for some Austin Sketch Fest. So hang on for the raid and come back to us at 8 o'clock. Hold on, let me get this set up. Yeah, see you guys in a little bit. Woo! Woo!
The further from the edge, the hotter the intensity.
That was great. Ruben, your set was incredible. That cat.
Thank you so much.
I'll take your
I gotta get a cat now.
Yeah.
So I will be honest. Are we still
I'll
live?
take your
I don't know if it's-
No, there's some lady talking right now.
Okay. I have 4 cats. And, there's no way to adapt this on stage. That's funny.